are so many just dark days. This was a very long, very cold, windy winter up in the Northeast. It was pretty much continuously down in the 0 degrees or the 20 degrees, and my new job has me right by the water. I get to look at the Statue of Liberty. I also get to see the encroaching doom that is snow-risen Hudson water piling over. I don't know if you've ever read R.L. Stine's Monster Blood, but that's kind of what it looks like as it's peeling up over the side. And there are just so many long, dead nights behind a desk, behind a register, sitting behind a pew, waiting in a smelly subway car for your stop. It gets stuck halfway through where it just feels like I waited an entire year just to say, "How are we doing, Tekkoshocon?" I got a comment recently from, now in the restaurant that I work at, I have a GM, which is a general manager, and I also have above her a DM, a district manager. Now normally I don't run a D&D game where there's both a GM and a DM. I'm like that. I'll just stick with World of Darkness and get a storyteller. And I said, what does that make me? The LARP master? I don't know. But my DM said, I really want to explain my district manager. You have to imagine a tiny, curly, blonde-haired Romanian pit bull. This is Eka. I probably should use a fake name. Screw it. She doesn't know how to work YouTube yet. This is what Eka would be like being mugged by 5 guys. What are you doing? What are you doing with that knife? What are you going to threaten me with this? With a throw? No, you have to hold it against my throat. You, what are you doing? You just stand there with your hand up. Don't look at your phone when you're trying to bug me. You should be looking at that back aisle in case there are any cops coming up. You, do you have a gun in your pocket? No, then look like you have a gun in your pocket. You shouldn't be standing there. You should be standing behind me. You should be standing right. She would mug them. This is what happens when you pick up the phone with her. It just goes on like that. And she said, I do want you to keep going, doing this thing, the thing. My job? No, the funny thing. Okay. Because I want you to be famous. And I just thought to myself, you have never seen me in Pittsburgh, woman. Trust me, I take that throughout the rest of the year. I just take that positive energy, I bottle it up. I'm infusing it with some apple and cinnamon right now. I'm doing a little vodka mixer. It goes great with brandy and dessert. This past year has been tremendous fun. If you guys have been on Amazon and Kindle, I did release the Anime Convention Survival Guide, which was tons of fun. Later on, I think it's Saturday, I'll be doing the panel based on that, how to save time and money at a con. We got the improv later tonight, it's going to be fun. I got roped in last minute to do the Cosplay Masquerade game, which I'm super stoked for, as always. And I'm also 4 weeks into a weekly podcast called We Are the Geek. So if you're onto iTunes, if you're onto interwebs, which I'm told the podcast is up there floating, check it out. We're there on We Are the Geek. It is just a quiet place to sit down and talk about what you love, why you love. I like interviewing fans, celebrities, fan-lebrities, and just talking about what we like. And I'm kind of following the wave because I recently got into a review of Ponyo that the Nostalgia Critic put together. Okay, so he is famous. Because I have been working with him for like 3 cons, and he finally asked, come up to the room, he's got me, he's got Little Karibo, he's got Spike Spice, and I'm up in the room like, oh my god, Little Karibo! And he's like, stop touching me. And we do the video, the whole thing was basically it. It was basically improvised. He's just as cool as you'd expect the guy on camera to be. He's very mellow, he loves talking about films, and then he just loves spazzing out because he has no concept of how to do the whole con thing. But the day after the video premieres, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And suddenly my phone is flooded with all these texts. My computer is flooded with all these messages. Congratulations on the MC review. I was like, I was never in North Carolina. Oh, that guy with the tie. There's a great Walker story. It's Saturday night and we are hanging out at the bar. And if he ever comes to a convention, you have to understand, people are following him like lepers are touching him saying, I'm cured! And that's the kind of response this guy gets. Like 3 hours into the con, we're basically riding him around on a donkey with palm leaves laying down his path. We're going to bring him to Lazarus so we can resurrect him. He was not too happy on Sunday when we brought the hammer and nails out. Regardless, it's Saturday night. He, his brother, and I are at a bar, and across the bar, some girls are winking at us. Well, him. But I'm at a close enough proximity, my delusion of grandeur allows me to presume he's mooching off me. this is how bad it's gotten up here. So we're watching, and they are clearly just for the rave. It is a Twilight Sparkle and a Fluttershy, and Rob's brother looks over and says, I thought Apple Acres had some good property, but damn, that Flutter is not shy about her huge tracts of land. To which the bartender says, compliments to the lady across the bar, and the nostalgic fucking critic goes, what do I do? Do you not know how to do this? You go over, you thank them, and you say, I see you like ponies. I happen to know a comedian hung like Big Mac. He goes over. I've got my back to it. His brother's watching over my shoulder. What's he doing? Getting it up. Okay, they're both coming over. Thank you. I keep getting asked often and often because as the fan base is bigger and bigger, and I truly think that's going to be neat as conventions are now just fan-driven and fan-run. There's almost no industry, because you haven't realized, like, with Bandai sort of sinking and evolving and digimoning downward into something else, it's now basically Funimation Aniplex holding up this double pillar of Jenga, 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 Jenga. When is it going to fall down? When is it going to be completely digital? When will the pirates finally win? When One Piece ends. Stealing from a culture that got attacked by water last year. Yeah, now you feel sad. As it's evolving, we see cons that are now just completely fan-run, fan-driven, and it's going to get to a point where the anime convention is really just a cover-up because we have a lot of the home stuff running around, we have a lot of the Brony running around. It's good because we have just a lot of animation running around. Every time I'm at Otakon and I see somebody just cosplaying a Disney princess, I fist bump that. That's awesome. It doesn't matter. You're gonna get dressed up anyway. It doesn't matter what you're gonna do. You want to show up as a Ghostbuster? Do it. The whole point is do it. The whole point is yes. It's just a weekend to say yes to those weird little things that you're supposed to suppress because otherwise the babysitter's gonna run away and start calling the cops. It's just a weekend mix. It's just yes. It's yes and. It's yes and. I truly believe that philosophy is a much better religion than anything hard stream out there because it has two rules. Help the other person that you're on stage with and just say yes to everything and see where it goes. Also, a lot of fraternities and sororities run that way freshman year, but you don't need to know that yet. Shut up. Yeah, I know. So welcome to an anime convention, which is, it's a weekend of like a couple hundred fans trying to convince the other couple hundred that they're famous. You don't blame me walk through the dealer's room. I make buttons, I make t-shirts, I make it a brick series. What's in a brick series? I take the anime and scream dumb voices over and make the butt jokes. So you're Funimation. I watched 3 episodes of the One Piece abridged and did not know it was the one and did not know it was abridged. And then I watched the actual dub. I didn't know the difference. Finally caught on to it. It is like artistic parasitism, but it is very fun. It's just us expressing. What do you make at cons? Money. So shut up. It's 4 p.m. on a Friday, so I can't really be, that course involved. That's what the improv's going to be later night. So I always have the tension of it. It's got to be family friendly in some way, and as a geek specific stand-up comedian, it's always neat because I can't go off talking about a topic until I see enough people dress up like it so that they know what it is that I'm going to be talking about. I can't just throw out a reference until I know that people are ready for it. And I can't really rehearse. You guys know, I can't go to an open mic night and start off in front of a bunch of drunken tourists and foreigners who don't speak English in a comedy club in New York. You think the Pokemon world has sex offenders? Like the three Japanese hiding in the corner go, they know about it? On the other hand, you can't have a regular comedian come up and just talk about, I don't know, taxes or the drugs or the dating. I don't know what actual comedians talk about. I don't go to their shows. I don't do it. Every improv comedian I've ever seen in New York says, so I'm 29, I'm 19, I live in a basement, and I kind of bone everything that walks. I'm sitting there like, please talk about Skyrim. Something I know. I was going to make some Skyrim jokes, but then I took that arrow to the knee. And someone stole my suitcase, exactly. So I try to be family friendly, which means I'm trying to talk dumb enough so that the kids can follow along, but smart enough so the innuendos go over their head. And later this year, I gotta go back to the Brooklyn Botanic Garden where I had my first and only terrifying heckling experience. Every comedian has a point where there's just some loud, drunken douchebag or whatever have you who's just yelling. They won't stop. They're clearly there to pick a fight. They want the spotlight on them, like a shy furry, which is a giant contradiction. You're wearing the fur and Michael's Crafts equivalent to a lighthouse. People are going to look at you and they look all shy. That is me standing here saying, "Don't look at my balls! Don't look at my balls! Don't look at my balls! Don't look at my balls! Don't!" So the family friendly sort of went out the door that without. Everything is true and none of it is true. Now, I know. I've always been okay with children. I personally have no trouble stealing food from children. I never have, because I know they didn't buy it. With what, their money from their job? We are in a recession. America's so poor we can't even afford child labor. That's the easiest thing to do. That's what England was built on. It's so easy. My little hands are so good at manipulating coal. You can say I like kids, but there's, sometimes, because kids hear me talk about Adventure Time or Naruto, they want to come up, they want to talk about it. And I don't know if you've ever had a 5-year-old try to tell you a joke. It always ends in a sound effect like a Warner Brothers cartoon. It all ends the same way with a like they're trying to explain a Michael Bay movie. And they just start going, kids, they start. And I want to like kids. I do want to some extent like kids. But you're being there when they start talking, and they don't stop. And you don't want to, you just want to hit them. Not hard. I'm not saying beat a child. I mean just like a little, just a tap. Shove. Backhanded brass knuckles. Follow up, downward swipe with the crowbar, follow up with an uppercut. Maybe mail back the severed fingers 1 week at a time in a bloody envelope with cryptic clues leading to where the next body part will be discovered to the parents over 6 months. So yeah, I like kids. Gives you a lot to play with. I just had the atrocity of watching the live-action American fan movie of Sailor Moon. Now, in the same sense that at some point when you're with your loved one, they will do something very sweet to you. You'll go, wow, that's a new feeling. I like that. This movie did that to my hate body. It started playing with my feet. It gave me a back rub. It bit the back of my neck, and I said, that's a new way to hate. I still love the old Sailor Moon. I don't care how bad the dub is. I grew up with that. 6 a.m. I was doing the appreciation because I would watch the episode, I would get on the bus, and the next 45 minutes was just me riffing on the episode to my friend Danny Campaign, like, here's what the episode should have been like. I had recurring jokes, I had recurring voices. It just sort of cleared the path of what I was going to be. I mean, when I was a kid, the thing that told me that I was a straight male and I liked women was Jessica Rabbit and the 1984 musical Little Shop of Horrors, which pretty much dictated what kind of porn I grew up watching. Everyone over 30 went, oh no. Everybody under 30 went, what's Roger Rabbit? What I always liked about Sailor Moon was how repetitive it is. I would love, because they released Dragon Ball Z Kai. Dragon Ball Z Kai is, they take out all the dust clearing. Because in Dragon Ball Z, dust heals all wounds. Because by the time the dust is settled, the person has had time to check into a hospital, go through all the BS with their insurance, come back fully bandaged and fully here, because 9 months have passed! And cut that out. Kai is just bam, bam, bam. Like Goku was already finding Nappa and Vegeta, and they're still in the single digits. Where am I want them to make a Sailor Moon Kai where they do one transformation scene at the start of the season, and then the rest without. An entire season would be 5 minutes long. It would be Sailor Moon from bridge to bridge. It would be amazing. But what I could never get over is the fact that every single week, Queen Beryl or whoever, the Tree of Mind, whatever they were, sent down a new monster, and the monster never did research as to what happened to the other 130 before him. Go down and do the job that those other guys who've died doing. Fine. And I'll do it right. I don't care. What stands in the way? 15-year-old high schoolgirl, yeah, that's gonna stop me. So they make the appearance. They're just waiting for this sailor character to show up, and they're expecting somebody on a boat. The 15-year-old girl comes. Are you she? She starts transforming, and for some reason, during all the transformations, the monsters are totally cool to just... No, you finish first. No, you first. Be my guest. They never thought to go, ah! That's all it would have taken! But they stand there, and you gotta wonder what's going through their head during the transformation. Dancing, sparkling. Oh, this is really pretty. Yep. Oh my god, how long does this go on for? I've got a world to take over, I've got energy to collect. What am I doing at 5? I've got to meet with my dermatologist. Are we fighting? No? Okay, still spinning. Oh my Jesus Christ. The longer I wait, the stupider I'm gonna seem. I'm like, hostages, does anybody want something from Starbucks? Anybody? I feel like an espresso. What do you got? Alright, take a 20. Start taking orders. I don't have a pen. You got a gift card? How much is on the gift card? Yeah, use your gift card. That's plenty good. Alright, no. Where did the cane come from? Why are you waving the scepter? I'm fine. Where is she hiding the scepter? I don't know. This is the only job I could get, to be God honest truth. Alright, now we're gonna fight. Oh, you have a little friend? She's transforming too! Christ on a hot plate, come on! I could have finished watching Dragon Ball Z by now! And how many Sailor Scouts doesn't get destroyed in a light bulb? It doesn't matter, because Sailor Moon's the only one carrying the damn bulb! She's like, there's what, 17 Scouts versus one guy? And then, who just threw a flower at me? Who's the dude dressed like the Phantom of the Opera? Are you gonna do anything? No, you don't do anything, alright. What is wrong with you people? Bored! I love the Sailor Moon villains. They just take everything. They're just too patient for their own damn good. Oh. So I don't mean to start political, but I think I have to. Last year, the new craze of Pokemon came out, Pokemon Black or White. Where did you guys go? What did you choose? Were you a racist or a supremacist because you chose Black or White? Did you do Black or White? Okay. Oh, that goes back to my sorority joke. Okay. White, black. Somebody always ends up yelling. I did this joke over in the middle. Right, shut up now. I did this joke at one point, and someone yelled out red from the back. That is a level of colorblind dogs don't have. I don't know if they know this. Now, in my day, it was Pokemon Red or Blue, although you were only playing Pokemon Black or White because those were the only colors your damn Game Boy could do. I didn't want to, I played it safe. I went right in the middle. I didn't choose Pokemon Black or Pokemon White. I chose Pokemon Obama. Pokemon because I was hoping for a change. It's the most demented universe too in the Pokemon world because you have these monsters. The powers of the elements coursing through their veins. You have a German Shepherd that belches flame. You have a freaking Gyarados, which is like Liam Neeson, release the Kraken! Oh, frick, it's a Gyarados! You have these giant mythical birds that can cause lightning storms that Storm from the X-Men couldn't control. And what do they send against it? Superheroes, no. The National Guard, no. 10-year-old children. Why would a 10-year-old child run out into the wilderness with nothing but a backpack and a really snazzy belt, going around capturing these mythical beasts that Kratos would not fight? Because the Pokemon universe government got together and said, we'll tell them it's all a game. And for living outside, away from your home in the wilderness, battling fire, ice, and whatever the hell Drowsy throws at you, every time you capture one and you fight them, you will get a shiny button. I have Mewtwo on my belt. like a scrotum decoration. He's like a cock ring that can blow your mind, and just your mind though, just your mind. And to copy that, I have a Mr. Mind follow-up and a ditto. I can destroy you 5 times over. Give me 2 buttons. And they go with it. It's a weird world. Pokemon is everything that we love about Japan and Mexico. Why do I say this? Because it's adorable little monsters and cockfighting.
Take your time, go catch on.
Everyone's so weirded out with Santorum or Mitt Romney. We gotta have a Mormon president. We gotta have another white guy president. Guys, between the bronies and the furries between the Thundercats and the bronies, I'm more concerned about there being a furry president. I loved that Thundercats got released. I am so excited for the new one. It looks beautiful. I thought the script was excellent. Panthro is a fucking tank. I love that part. Did anyone ever think that like live-action Panthro is just Vin Diesel? It kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But one of my joys of Thundercats, you all know it. Thunder, 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 Thundercats. No, yo. Different letter. But Lido holds up the sword of moments, and the giant red light appears in the sky. And every Thundercat just runs to it. It is the biggest laser pointer gag on the planet. If you have a cat and a laser pointer, you are set for Saturday night. The entire night of just... And Chitara's always getting there first. I won! And whose idea was it to stick Marmor after them? Cats plus toilet paper beneath the door? Turns out into shreds. Marmor should just be dead by this point. But no, they gave him wings. He's like this Lovecraftian horror, and I love that. Oh my god, so one of your guests this weekend is David Fielding. Amazing. The voice of frickin' Zordon. I know. Like 11-year-old me is going, oh my god, where's the glass tube? How did he escape? Did he take over Alpha? Getting back to Pokemon, because it does always come back to that with me, because I do love those games. The fact that it's been like 15 years and Ash Ketchum has not aged really a day. He always travels around with 2 companions. He has these monsters around his belt in balls that are far too small. You can't fit a Snorlax into something this big. Snorlax is huge. The balls must be bigger on the inside, which means Ash Ketchum is a freaking Time Lord. Which means he's better. This got me banned at the LaGuardia Airport. It's why I flew out of JFK. I'm flying out to Anime Milwaukee, and the security guy calls me over, pulls me over, and I just have a bunch of props in my suitcase. I am used to this. He's holding this on my screwdriver. What is this? It's a prop. It's a toy. What are you doing with it? I'm taking it to a convention. Why? Because I'm going to buy the whole set. What's this from? Beginning in 1963, William Hartnell portrayed the Doctor. I said, just press a button, it's battery powered. Great, now he's got a gun pointed at me. And he's got the screwdriver, so I'm powerless. Because he already took the psychic paper. Presses it, why won't this work? Yeah, like, let's set a vote. Well, you have to press the red button on the handle. I don't press red buttons, young man. I'm like, there are so many horrible jokes I could make right now, but I don't want to go to prison. He's just setting me up and I can't do anything with it. I hate that. But I am a big fan of the Doctor Who. I've been running through a lot of the classic stuff. One of the series that I do want to do with We Are the Geek, I'm going to collaborate with a friend. We want to do an 11-part episode going through each Doctor. Yeah, and the Colin Baker episode will be, why? The Paul McGon will just be us cursing for an hour and a half. So I take it you guys are big fans of Matt Smith. Man's awesome. I love the new series of The Who. I was a big fan of the Tennant, I was a big fan of the Eccleston, and I'm so glad that it keeps going. But I do have an issue with River Song. My idea with River Song, I do like the idea that there's this awesome archaeologist who is in a relationship with a doctor. And they're always meeting at different times in their relationship. But she's going backwards, he's kind of going forward, so no one's really sure where they meet in the middle. But you gotta think about it. Stephen Moffat is a big fan of Joss Whedon, and it shows through in River Song. Let's talk about Dr. River Song, who is a doctor. She's great with guns. She's an amazing pilot. The government is always trying to hunt her and put her in prison. She has definite mental problems. She's an amazing hand-to-hand combat fighter. Her name is River. She's the Clash baby of every Firefly character at once. She's a Firefly Mary Sue in a series that doesn't need her. And I just love that for me. She's replaced Martha Dadass for me in my head. Because I did love the first season of Matt Smith. Made it into a song. I celebrate Christmas every year now by singing with it. Because it started with steampunk TARDIS, old but new, bow ties, pheasants, both are cool. Glowing crack in Amy's wall, flatmate doctor plays football. Rory is a Roman robot, Amy cosplays because it's fucking hot. Weeping Angels, Christmas Shark. Seriously. Some shows jump the shark. He made it into a sleigh ride. River Song made a Dalek hark. We'll keep watching Matt Smith's Who. I like him, and so do you. And then this other season came along. When the doctor died, the silence broke. Pirates Nixon, the TARDIS spoke. Go Neil Gaiman! Ganger Union soon dissolved. Origins of River Song. Amy melted into flesh. Continuity's a mess. Rory always gets things worse. Friends always die, though he's a nurse. But we'll keep watching Matt Smith's Who. I miss David Tennant too. My dream is for this year at Tekkoshocon, we want to do a roundtable panel. Doctor Who and A. Is there a doctor in the house? I want to get my friends to do each of the 11 and just do an open table discussion. Who won the Civil War? What planet? What time? The North, the East, the West, the Daleks, the Romans, me! Shut up, Paul McGon! I always get asked, because I know it's such a raging fandom right now, is Uncle Yo, be he a brony? Nay. Which means yes, because that's all horses actually say! Because my friends got into puppies. I have never seen 30-year-old men react this way. I have never seen them get this. The only time I've ever seen 30-year-old men this excited is like when Justin Bieber visited NAMBLA. Who went over 30 and went, okay. Everyone under 10 went, who's Bieber? Now, took me a while to get into ponies because my friends weren't so much